What's up, everyone? I'm Andrew Eisler with Beyond the Stage Live here at Madison Live in Covington, Kentucky. And right now, I have the amazing Ms.Daiiiisy with me. She was actually the art vendor for tonight's Beyond the Stage Live event with TV shows, which we just wrapped up, and it was an incredible time. So much insightful information, so many things that we learned, some fun stuff. There's a live stream online at BeyondTheStageLive Facebook. You can check it out there and watch the whole show. But she was sitting in the back showing her artwork, and I just want to, find out a little bit about why she's chosen to come to be a part of a second Beyond the Stage Live. She was a part of back in our event back in September when we had Rye on, and then that was only the second one we had done. So when you first got involved with us, what first got you involved to even get to the second one? What got your attention to want to set your artwork up? I'm sure an opportunity, but there's opportunities you pass on because you just don't know. So what brings you to Beyond the Stage Live?
So besides the opportunity, I thought this would be a good networking opportunity to reach a different type of fan base for my artwork specifically. Definitely good vibes the first show. This one was amazing as well. Very supportive crowd, so that's exactly what I love. So yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't actually know the crowd until the first one, though. So when you were first getting started, you kind of took a risk. To a degree, there was a risk.
Yeah, it's very unpredictable for sure, but I'm definitely a people person, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, you are a people person for sure. You really are. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm also, a people person. I love people. I love humans. I love connection, and you just know. If you know, you know, kind of a thing. And I think it's a beautiful thing that we as people can connect in one room, and we can all sit here for a conversation and be all in the same place, same time. But everyone has different thoughts. I have question cards right here, right beside me, that all these different people have different ideas of what to ask TV shows. So it's pretty amazing to connect like that. But what also on top of the opportunity and that, what makes you want to present your art in person rather than just take the online route where you could just sell it easily through Marketplace and you never have to do the effort of bringing the art out, bring it out. I mean, you brought some pretty big pieces tonight. Yeah. You know what I mean? So to bring it all out and go through all that effort to put in your car, travel the distance, commute however far you have to commute, use the gas, all these different things. What drives you for that?
So it's definitely different. It's definitely a different environment, bringing your artwork out to a crowd of people rather than social media based. I feel like everything nowadays is more social media based, but it's a different. It's kind of like a different perspective when you're able to bond with the people in person and actually answer their questions. If they have knowledge about what you do specifically, you can actually answer those questions in person. And I feel like it's a good thing also to for people to know about the artist, rather than social media, because it can kind of be weird.
Yeah, social media is hard to tell who they really are, right? You lead a great point there. Social media is really hard. We put on our best selves a lot of the time, and people present the best that they've got. That the rainy days aren't often shown on Facebook or shown on social media. So when you're seen in person, you do see the raw human emotion, and I think that is something that there's merit there for sure. And with you come and bring your art out, I mean, you show raw human emotion. Yeah. I mean, it is just that. And this one, it seems to be called Good Fortune.
Yeah.
So tell me about this piece right in front of us.
So this one specifically, I even asked a lot of people in the crowd today which one was their favorite piece, and they specifically pointed out this one. And I can definitely agree with them as well, because this one has more of a type of spiritual type of meaning to it. So the hummingbird pretty much symbolizing good fortune and freedom. And then me as an artist, I specialize in painting portraits and stuff like that. So I feel like with this portrait in general, the gaze in the eyes, it feels like she's really staring into your soul.
Yeah.
type of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When you sent me this piece to use as the artwork, because I make artwork for each artist that comes through, it's like a piece of art for them to take home. But when you sent me this, I was like, what a choice. Because the first one, I choose from social media. I choose a random image that I feel that I can, make the most sense. Because I make a flyer out of the artwork. The flyer, the name of the artist, the date, the time, everything that's going on. It's a pretty simple square flyer. But when I picked that artwork the first time, it was a much different vibe. It was yellow based. It was a much different vibe. This one is the
100%.
blue. There's different vibes here that wasn't there. So like when you presented this to me, because it's almost like what is she considering like her current vibe? What is either the best piece or whatever it is? Like, because I gave you the option. I was like, hey, you send me what you want, because you knew what was going to be upcoming. You've already got the first one.
Yeah.
So this is your second experience. So when you sent me that, what was your thought? Like, is this what you were working on, or is this what you had just completed? Why did you choose that image in the first place?
So this is definitely not my most newest piece.
Okay.
But this is the one that speaks the most to me and my audience, I should say. So I really want this one to get out there and to be seen by, as many people as possible. Yeah.
And
it
was seen by a lot of people. I mean, that flyer has been shared quite a few times. Your flyer, because that's the thing is I personally, and we as Beyond the Stage, make 2 different flyers for each event. Though TV shows is out up here performing, but your flyer is just as significant, because people are going to. There's art happening here. I want an art show within a show. That's really what I want at the end of the day, because
you definitely gave that.
Yes. I appreciate that very much. I'm really here for, giving that artist that proper shine, because a lot of times, there's a lot of, oversaturation in this world. There's a lot going on social media. So when it's time to show that artist, what they deserve, I'm here for it, because it is, it's under the radar, and I'm trying to bring it front and center. You know what I mean? And we choose one per event. It's not, there's not a group of artists here. It's the artist on the stage. Of course, people can be artists in the crowd, but to present their art, one art vendor, one artist on stage, and we just run it that way. And and we pair them together. So sometimes they're not even similar in vibes. This one originally was supposed to be February, and we were going to do a Black History Month event, and that was the goal, and that was what we were going for. And then February turned, and a lot of things happened, and changing of the guard here at the music venue. So stuff changed, but we moved it to March, and I think it worked out great. It was one of those things that was just unpredictable, but we pivot every single day. And here we are, sitting on the stage where we just had an incredible event, and I'm so glad you were able to set up. But before we do wrap this up, who is your art positive influence when you were young and you were first drawing or first doing any kind of art? Who influenced you to keep going and not give it up to, play sport or commit to something different? Because it takes time. You spend time one way or you spend another. Who was the influence to allow you to spend the time making art?
Okay, so that's actually a really good question. And I don't want to come off as cocky,
No,
but
please tell.
But I would say myself.
Okay, all right.
100%.
Yeah,
Always,
within. Okay, yeah, yeah,
no,
that's
for
cool.
sure. I
Well,
always
for sure, I
strive
get
to be, better at what I do specifically. So I feel like me just naturally being good at art. Just pushing myself. I really haven't had nobody who that I really looked up to. I had people who would compliment my work, and it just makes me feel good to go a little bit harder.
Sure.
So now I'm here.
Now you're here.
Yeah.
You're here, and I hope to have you on a third one. It would be super cool for someone to get 3 times, because we're booking continuous out, and we'll find an opportunity for it to happen, because I'd love to have you back. I think you're incredible. I think your art speaks to a whole world of people that don't know about it yet. So
Exactly.
really, we'll continue promoting you, and Beyond the Stage is journalism. We'll promote anytime you have an event. We'll promote for you. We'll help you in every step of the way.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely appreciate
Thank you for tonight.
Thank you so much for tuning in for a BTS Live Art Edition. We're out here doing our thing, and thank you so much. And I'm Andrew Eisler, and
Deja Fletcher.
Deja Fletcher, also known as MsDaiiiisy with 4 eyes. You hear it?
Specifically, yeah.
Yes.
4 eyes.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in for BTS Live Art Vendor Edition. Yeah. Something new. We're here for it. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Later.